Hello and welcome to Board Game TV. It's Shadow Sunday and we're playing Shadows of Brimstone. We're having the Showman Performer group. My only successful group, by the way, so let's keep it going. And it's If It Bleeds. In the belly of the beast. Writhing their way through a tear in the fabric of space and time, the massive tendrils of an interdimensional beast have burst into our world, smashing and devouring everything they come into contact with. The gaping maws of the creature are toothy doorways into its unfathomable, enormous body. To attack this beast from the outside would be useless. Only by venturing inside the creature can you hope to find some of its more sensitive areas and attack them, hopefully forcing it to withdraw back into its own dimension. Okay, so we're going to start inside the belly of the beast. We're going to have a T-junction passage map, but we don't have to do any passage tiles or the usual type thing with it. So we got to find two clues, and we find two clues. We find two organs. There are no gates. Okay. The whole back of darkness roll needs to be one higher than normal to succeed each turn. Growing dread cards are immediately revealed, and anytime the whole back of darkness roll is failed, every hero must immediately pass an agility 5+ test or gain a bleeding marker. Each time the heroes find a clue icon, they have discovered one of the organs that controls a section of the beast. We roll a d6, and we can either find the thymus gland, the bile sac, or the ichor pump. Ignore any doors listed on the exploration token, and place an organ marker covering the 2x3 space area at the back leftmost space of the map, similar to enemy placement. Organs block movement but not line of sight. Encounters and attacks on the exploration token are resolved as normal. Each type of organ has a different special effect, so we'll go over that when it comes. Destroying an organ. Any hero adjacent to an organ may give up their attack for the turn, even when not in a fight. To choose any one of their skills and make a skill 6+ test to find a way to damage organ. For each 6+ roll, place a marker on the organ and gain 10 experience. To destroy an organ, the heroes must collectively place a number of these markers on it equal to the hero party level plus 1 per hero, so that's going to be 4. Once an organ has enough markers on it, it will be destroyed and removed from the board. When the heroes have found and destroyed 2 organs, the mission is successful. So there we go. Let's see here. So I am not 100% sure, because this thing starts off with a T-junction tile. And no passage encounters card is drawn for this T-junction passage. Okay, maybe if I had read it better, we would have done it. So let's go ahead and get started. Let's hope this group is again successful. And this is another one of those missions that has no epic threat. So, in theory, this game could be real short, and we could not have one fight or anything. So, of course, I doubt that's going to happen. So let's go ahead and hold back the darkness. And remember, we need an 8. It needs to be one higher. And we got an 8. Well, actually, we got double 4s. Alright, so let me see. What did I do with my sheet? For the... come on, I know I did something with it. What did I do with it? Sorry. There it was, right here. Alright, so bleeding marker. Basically, polyps and pulsatings line the wall, begin to expand and burst, showering you in burning and sizzling fluids. Every hero must roll a d6. On a 1, 2, 3, gain a bleeding marker. Okay, so the geisha rolls a 4. Forcer, he rolls a 4. Come on, Simo. He rolls a 5. Nobody's gaining a bleeding marker. Okay. Alright, well that's good. Let's go ahead and roll. Geisha's going first. Remember, she is +1 movement. So she's going to have 4. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. Enforcer. He rolls a 3. So he's going to gain 1, 2, 3. And our Sumo, 5. And he'll just move right there. Alright. Well, that's the end of that turn. Let's roll for darkness. We got an 8 that time, but no doubles, so we're good. Alright, let's go ahead. 6. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we'll go one more. Let's draw a map tile. Alright, well, it looks like we're going to have us a long passage. 6. Put that up just a little bit. It's not what I wanted. The Enforcer's going to roll 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And the Sumo, well, he goes 2. So we're going to have a passage encounter, but I may not go that way. I may just go straight or have her turn the hell back around or something. So let's see what our passage encounter is, huh? Dripping archways. The fleshly openings into this passage ooze and drip with a caustic mucus that sizzles and burns at touch. Anytime a hero moves into or starts their activation in this puzzle cut space of this map tile, the hero takes 1 hit that does 3 damage. Okay, we're definitely going to turn back around and not go that way. So, yeah. Okay. Well, let's roll for darkness. Double 6s. Well, okay. So everybody's just going to gain a grit. Yeah. Because it's fight for survival. It's basically the same. Alright. Well, we're doing good on the darkness. Let's go ahead and roll for her. We're going to go back. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, anytime a hero moves, we have to take 1 hit that does 3 damage. So, but she defends, so we're good. And let us draw a map tile card. Let's shuffle these. Alright. Neural Pool. I think it's this one right here. It is. It's this big bad boy. Let's see. This is going to go like this. So I guess we'll move this down for a minute. Let me get this out of here. And let's put this right here. Let's go ahead and put an exploration token on the board. Let's go ahead and move this. And now the Enforcer will go. He rolls 5, so he's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And our Sumo, well, he's 1. He's max grit, so well, actually, he gets +1 max grit, so he actually gets a 3rd grit. Okay. Well, let's see what we're going to have, and this one does have its own. We have our first clue. All right, so no doors. All right, and no doors. So we're at a dead end. All right, that was easy. Now we're going to have the encounter first. So let's go ahead and just worry about that first. We'll do brain coral. Alright. The floor of this chamber is hardened, twisting, and spiraling in a weaving pattern that you can't help but find utterly mesmerizing. As you stare on, you hear your own mind begin to scream in agony as the coral floor feeds on your sanity, threatening to drown you in a bottomless black sea of wonder and pain. Each hero must roll a number of dice equal to their cunning. For each roll of 1, 2, or 3, take 2 sanity damage, ignoring willpower, as your mind is assaulted by the psychic backlash of the malevolent brain coral. Okay. That sounds pleasant. Okay. Alright, her cunning is 4. And woo, that was a horrible roll. Let's go ahead and spin a grit. Still not that good, so she takes 4 sanity damage. Alright. Okay, his cunning is 2. So he's going to take 2 sanity damage. And his cunning is 2 as well. And he's going to take 2 sanity damage. Good thing this is not a remains in play card. Okay, so the organ. Let's see which organ we're going to get. 5. That is going to be the Ichor Pump. When placed, immediately draw an extra exploration token for this room, resolving it in addition to the normal exploration token. Ignore any clue icon on that token. While on the board, whenever the Hold Back the Darkness roll is failed, roll a d6 and trigger the corresponding depth event. Once destroyed, the beast loses all sphincter control. All exits on map tiles that do not contain an organ now automatically count as open doorways. Okay. Okay. Let me see. Once to be all exits on maps that do not contain an organ. Okay. So we're looking for the Ichor Pump, and that is that this? What is that? Is that that? No, that's not it. This is it right here. So it's going to be put right there. Okay, let's go ahead. And we have to resolve another exploration token. And this is Growing Dread, an encounter, and a clue. And we're going to ignore the clue. We will have a Growing Dread and we'll have an encounter. Let's go ahead and first do our Growing Dread card. The hero party as a whole takes a number of sanity damage equal to the current position of the darkness on the depth track. Huh. Well, that's pretty good because we are at 0. So that actually was pretty good. Let's go ahead and have our encounter. Alright, Dripping Ceiling. A caustic and acidic mucus drips from above here, oozing out from deep pores in the fleshly ceiling. It sizzles on the floor with every drop, and the area is littered with the corroded remains of what must have been others trying to pass safely. Any hero starting their activation on this map tile must make an Agility 5 test. Great. Oh, when this card is first drawn, everybody gets a Cunning 6+. Successful, draw a loot card. Okay, well, she has a Cunning 4. And she's successful, so she's going to draw a loot card. And she gets blood money. 20 experience. And $75. Okay, he has 2 cunning. He didn't get nothing. And then the sumo gets 2 cunning. He didn't get nothing. Okay. Okay. Alright, so let's go ahead and roll for darkness. We got a 9, so we're successful. Okay, so I'm going to move some people. We're going to try to destroy that thing. Now, she will be starting her activation on that tile because she's split way. So she has to do an Agility 5 test. She has an Agility of 3. And she passed, no problem. She rolls a 5, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and she's next to it. Okay. And let's go ahead and have her do her little action. Alright. We can choose any skill. So her cunning seems to be her best one. So we'll get 4, and let's see how many 6s we can get. We got 1. Okay, so we're going to put 1 salt. We'll put salt on it. 1 salt token on there. And she's going to gain 10 experience. Okay, the enforcer is now. He's on that tile, so he has to do an agility test, but his agility is 1. But he passed, so that's good. So let's move him. So he moves, and we're just going to move him there. And let's see, we're going to test his strength. He has 4 strength. He got 1/6. So he's going to gain 10 experience. And we'll put another salt token on there. And now it's the Sumo's turn, who's way back there. But he rolls a 6. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that's basically the end of his turn. He did not start his activation on the map tile. So let's go ahead and roll for darkness. An 8. Man, we're really lucky. The darkness has not moved once. Okay. Our heroes. She will start her activation. Let's roll for movement. Okay. Now she again has to do an agility test. Her agility is 3. Ooh, she failed. I think what we're going to do is spin a grit and let her re-roll. She passed. Okay. And now she will do the cunning test. No 6s. That's a shame. Okay, the enforcer, he's starting his activation. He has 1 agility. And he failed. You know what? He will go ahead and just eat the damage. So he's going to take 2 damage. And he's going to do a strength test. And he got 1/6, so he gains 10 experience. And we put another token. So we need 1 more token. And now the Sumo will go. He's starting his activation. His agility is 2. He failed, so he's going to take 2 damage as well. But he's like a tank, so he can afford it. Okay, let's roll for his movement. Okay, he's going to move next to it. And he's going to use his strength, which is 4. And there we go. And he's going to gain some experience. And we have destroyed this organ. So it's gone. We have destroyed 1 organ. But we hit 2 clue tokens. Man, this would have been a short adventure if we didn't have to put another exploration token on there, because next room would have been the next organ. Who knew? But okay, we're going to go that way now. So let's go ahead and roll for darkness. Now that penalty is not going to be in effect because that organ is not on the board. So it's just a regular penalty that we got to get 1 higher. And we got double 3s. Okay, so move the darkness 2 steps forward on the depth track. So we're going to go 1, 2, and we got to draw a darkness card here. All mutant soldier enemies are +1 health and +1 damage on their attacks. Okay. Let's go ahead with our heroes. We still have to do the activation for this. She has 3 agility. She failed, so she will take 2 damage. And now she'll roll for movement. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, our enforcer has 1 agility. And he's going to fail again. And he's going to take 2 damage. Okay, let's roll for his movement. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And the Sumo, his agility is 2. He passes. He rolls a 1. Okay. That's the end of the turn. So let's go ahead and keep going and roll for darkness. 10. We passed. I think this is the best I've ever rolled. Okay, she still has to do an agility test because she is still on this tile. But she passed that time. And she goes 7. So we're going to go ahead and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's get a map tile here. We have viral outbreak. This it right here? That is not it. Oh, here it is. So this is going to go like that, yeah. Okay, let's put an exploration token down. Let's go ahead and move this. The enforcer, he's got to roll an agility test. He fails, so he's got to take 2 more damage. Okay. We're going to roll for movement on him. 1, 2. And the sumo, he's got an agility test. He fails. So he'll take 2 damage as well. And he's going to roll for movement. He rolls a 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there we go. Okay. So let's see what we find. An encounter. Alright, well, you know what? This looks like this might be a short adventure. So I swear I shuffled these. I swear I did. So let's go ahead and wall this off. Huh. Alright. Let's go ahead and do our encounter first. Now this does have its own encounter. It's Infected Legions. So let's see. Okay. Large gaping holes cover the fleshy folds in this room, dripping with a pus-like goo. There is clearly some form of infection here. Okay, everybody has to do a lore 4+ test. So she has a lore of 2. She passes, so she gains 10 experience points. Okay. He has a lore of 3. He passes, so he's going to gain 10 experience points. And the sumo has a lore of 2. He passes, so he's going to gain 10 experience points. So everybody passed that part, and it says then we have to do a cunning 5+. Well, she has one person has to do a cunning 5+. And that's going to be her because she has the best cunning. So let's see what we can do. We passed. If successful, you gain useful knowledge from a closer inspection. Discard a Drawing Dread or Darkness card. We haven't got any except for that one Darkness, so I guess we'll just go ahead and discard it. Okay, so that's that. Now let's go ahead and see what organ we're going to get. And we get Thymux Gland. This organ controls the immune response inside the beast. When placed, also add Peril Acid Blobs to the board. While on the board, all enemies are +1 damage on all their attacks. Once destroyed, all enemies are -1 defense. Okay, so that kind of sucks. But we're going to get some acid blobs. I think this is it? This is it right here. So let's go ahead and put this way over here. And let's have a look at acid blobs. We have not, I don't think we've met the acid blobs yet. Here we go. Okay, so they have a 2 initiative. They have an endurance. This enemy cannot take more than 3 wounds from any single hit. This enemy does not target normally. Instead, it always moves to end adjacent. Wait, it always moves to end adjacent to as many heroes as possible. If it can only move to be adjacent to a single hero, roll randomly for which. Instead of attacking, normally, automatically does D6 minus 2 wounds, ignoring defense to every adjacent hero. Ooh. They have a 3 defense and a 10 health. Well, that is just bad. Okay, so we're going to put them on the board. Let's see how many of them idiots we're going to get. 3. Well, we got lucky. Okay, so let's go ahead and roll for darkness for the next turn. Okay, well. Alright, the first. Alright. Every hero may recover the mat. KO'd heroes may recover rolling. So we're recovering. Well, it doesn't say KO'd heroes may immediately recover rolling for the end healing. Okay, so they're just going to get back their grit. That was kind of a waste, but it wasn't terrible. Okay, so let me go get them and let's put them on. I'll put them on the board. Okay, so the board is set. So let's go ahead and move our geisha, who can move 4. Let's go ahead and go 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're going to attack that acid blob. Alright, she gets +1 damage against enemies that have initiative equal to or lower than her cunning. Now she gets a free attack. She gets to do 1 automatic wound ignoring defense against an adjacent model. So, because she has her hidden dagger. So we're going to go ahead and put that right there. So that's good. Alright. Then, she has her secret blade. Free attack once per fight. 1 combat does D6 wounds, ignoring defense and armor. Alright. Let's go ahead and roll for combat for that. That's a hit. She's going to do D6 wounds. Ooh, we're going to re-roll that. Okay, that's 2 more wounds to it. Okay, so that's 3 on that one. And now she's going to get her regular combat. She has a combat of 2. Ay. I could spin a grit and try to re-roll those. Let's go ahead. Oh, that's right. I forgot. I could do an extra combat hit because that free attack is still a combat because I had to roll, so it took 3 wounds. So let's spin a grit and re-roll these. Okay, well, that's a big miss. Okay, that's it. Next up is our enforcer. Okay. Well, that's terrible. Okay, so he's just moving 1. Yay. Actually, it wasn't his turn. I don't know why I thought that. It's the acid blob's turn. Okay, Well, that one's going to attack her. Now, those two... Actually, okay, so they get to roll a d8. So it's going to move towards... well, it only moved one. So, that's that. And then the other one gets to move 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's not adjacent. So that was actually really good because now it helps him out because he rolled a 1, if you remember. And he's going to go ahead and attack him. Okay. He has a combat of 2. He's going to do his shoulder tattoo. And he's going to fully heal. Once prevents you, fully heal your health. Medium or smaller. Those are large size enemies, so that will not take an effect. But once you use 1 grit to double your damage rolls, is also in Lord Armor. Well, okay. Ugh. Okay, so we're going to spend a grit and re-roll. Okay, well I hit once. That's still not that good. I did 6. Now, it's going to defend 3. And that's it. That's all it can take from a single hit is 3 wounds. So that worked out really well. Okay, the sumo is going to go. God damn it, man. He rolls a 1. That's it. That's the turn. Okay, let's go ahead and roll for darkness. 5. Okay, this is the first time the darkness has moved. It's going to move there. So now we have to do an agility 5 plus test, or everybody, or you're going to gain a bleeding marker. So we'll start with her. She passes. The enforcer, he failed. So he's going to gain a bleeding marker. However, he can spend a grit to get rid of the bleeding marker, which he does. And the sumo's agility is 2. He fails, but remember, you can spend a grit to get rid of the bleeding marker. So we're good on that. Okay, it's her turn. Let's roll for her movement. Okay, 4. She just has 2 combat. She misses. Okay, the enforcer. Okay, that's his move. Okay, he hits on 1. He rolls a 2, which will not do any good. So, there we go. Now the dice are starting to go against us. Okay, it's the sumo's turn. Actually, I'm sorry. I keep forgetting. It's the acid blob's turn. Okay, and you know what I did? I forgot to do her damage. So let's go ahead and do her damage from last turn. 2 damage. Okay. Alright. Now, do damage on this turn. 3 damage. Which is going to be 7. Ooh, it's not going to be good. Okay. Alright. Now, this one is actually going to try to get adjacent. So let's see. He can move 1 automatically, so he will become adjacent. So he's going to do damage to each hero. Alright, well, he won't do damage to the enforcer. And he won't do damage to the sumo. Okay, so this guy cannot be adjacent to any 2 characters. So we're going to have to roll to see which one he attacks. And he can't attack the sumo, so he's going to go after the geisha or the enforcer. And he goes after the enforcer. So he's going to move 2 spaces. Well, this acid blob is just going a little slow. Okay. Alright. Now we know he missed. So now it's the sumo's turn. Let's roll for his movement. Okay. Once per turn, if you do not move, you may use 1 grit to automatically do 3 + 1 basic hits to an adjacent enemy. Okay. Well, first thing we're going to do is we're going to roll our combat. Okay, we hit on 1. And we do 6. We do 3 more damage to it. So it's going to have 3 more damage to it. Okay. And then what we're going to do is I am going to spin a grit. And I want to do 4 hits to it. So, okay, and they all went through its defense, so he actually is going to kill it. So he killed the acid blob. Alright, so he did 4 or 5 hits, so he's going to get 25 experience. So that acid blob is dead. Yeesh. Okay, let's go ahead and roll for darkness. 9, we got it. Okay, so it's her turn now. She will go. She's going to heal using the bandages. She's going to heal 4 wounds. Okay. Okay, she got 1. That's a critical hit. Well, I forgot to roll for her movement. That's not going to matter. So she does 1 damage. Actually, it's +2 damage. +1 damage, so it's 2 damage to it. 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, that can't be right. Yeah, it is 6 damage. Yeah, okay. Okay, now the acid blobs are going to go, and she's going to take no damage. And then this acid blob's going to go, and he can attack anybody. So let's see who he's going to attack. Well, actually, he's going to try to go be adjacent. So see if he can get there. He can. So he's going to go here, and he's going to hit the enforcer for 3 damage. Okay. He's going to hit the sumo for 3 damage. Okay. Alright, now it's the enforcer's turn. He's going to go. Let's roll for his movement. He doesn't have anything. He does a crit. Okay, so he does 3 damage to it. Okay. And now it's the sumo's turn. Let's roll for his movement. Okay. He misses. But we're going to do the multi-hand slap again. And we're going to spin a grit. And 2 hits. Well, that's audible. Alright, and he's going to do 1 damage to it. Okay. And that's the end of that turn. Let's go ahead and roll for darkness again. And we failed. So we're going to have a darkness card. Any heroes won't let for any skill tests they make. Okay, we're going to cancel that because we got to do skill tests to kill that thing. So we're going to cancel the darkness card. Okay. However, now we have to do the agility test. She passes. He fails, so he's going to gain a bleeding marker. He gets to go. He passed. Okay, he's minus the health because the bleeding marker is a model is minus 3 health. Okay. So he's at 7 health. But now it's her turn, and she's going to roll for movement. Doesn't get anything. Okay, she got 1 hit. Okay, she does 1 damage. Okay. Now the acid blobs are going to go. And that does 2 damage to her, which puts her at 5. The enforcer, no damage, and the sumo, 1 damage. Okay, it is now the enforcer's turn. Let's roll for his movement. Okay. He's going to go. He hits on 1. Well, let's roll for his movement. Okay, he gets a grit. So he's going to use the grit actually to get rid of the bleeding marker. And he's going to roll for damage. He has 5. So he's going to do 2 damage to it. And that's going to put this thing at 6. And now the sumo will roll for movement. He doesn't get it, and he will attack. And he misses. Eek. Oh, you know, I forgot. He could recover grit because he killed that one enemy. But he didn't do it. Okay, that's the end of the turn. Let's roll for darkness. An 8, which we're still good on 8. Okay. So it's her turn. She's going to go. Alright, 1's a crit. Okay, she does 3 damage. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and that's enough to kill this acid blob. Excuse me. Okay. Now this acid blob is going to go, and the sumo takes no damage, and the enforcer takes no damage. The sumo takes 1. All right, and now the enforcer will go. We're going to roll for movement. All right, and he will attack, and he hits 1 time, and he does no damage. The sumo will go. He rolls a 6. And he totally whiffs. And this is getting ridiculous now. Okay, it's a brand new turn. And double 4s. So I believe that is every hero must roll a d6 on a 1, 2, 3, or gain a bleeding marker. Okay, so she will gain a bleeding marker. Okay, the enforcer doesn't. Sumo doesn't. However, because she gained a bleeding marker, she has 5 damage. That would put her at -3. That would KO her. However, she has this. It shatters. It said you're immediately healed to full health and sanity, and you may recover a grit. So the Eye of the Phoenix is gone. She's fully healed. And she recovers a grit, and that bleeding marker is gone. And she does not have to do any madness injury for it because it's like a magical thing. So here we go. Okay, so she's going to try to destroy that organ. She's going to use her cunning, which is 4. She rolled no 6s. Okay, now the acid blob is going to go. It's going to attack the enforcer, And again, he does 3 damage. So it puts him at 5. 6, I'm sorry. And he's going to attack the sumo. 1 damage. Okay, so the enforcer is going to go. We'll roll for movement. Okay, he's going to attack. 1 critical hit. So he does 3 damage. That's 9. Okay. And now the sumo will go. Okay. And he's going to attack. And he hits once. Come on. Okay, he kills it. So this acid blob is dead. So we got rid of the acid blobs. Okay, now let's go ahead and roll for darkness. 7. We did not make it. Okay, so everybody, let's grab a bleeding roll for bleeding. She passed. He passed. And the sumo failed. But the sumo is fine because remember he has like 20 health. And right now he's at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's at 10 health. Now, the only other thing I didn't think of is I don't think we get to I don't know. This is not really clear. Now, I don't know if we get to draw a loot card. I know we probably get to catch our breath. So let's catch our breath. So he's going to heal 1 wound. And the sumo is going to heal 3 wounds. Okay, she doesn't need to heal. However, there was no card drawn for them, so I don't think we're going to get a loot card. Alright, so I'm not going to play it like we're going to get a loot card. Okay, so it's her turn. We're going to roll for movement. Okay. We're going to roll. Got no 6s. However, I'm going to spend a grit. No 6s. Okay. The enforcer, he's going to roll. Now he rolls a grit. 1. He gets a grit. Sumo, he rolls 3. 1, 2, 3. That's the end of the turn. Let's roll for darkness. Double 5s. While in the belly of the beast, here a hero takes 1 automatic horror hit at the start of each turn. Okay. So that'll be at the start of next turn. So 1 automatic horror hit for everybody. Okay, well it's her turn. Let's roll for movement. No 6s. That's terrible. The enforcer, he rolls a 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. And his is strength 4, so he's going to go 4. 2 6s. So that's good. He's going to gain 20 experience for that. And now the sumo, dang it, he rolls a 1. And he's going to get a grit. Okay, let's roll for darkness. First we got to do a horror hit because this is the beginning of the turn. So she has pass, pass, pass. Everybody passed. So let's roll for darkness. 7. That's a fail. So we're going to need a growing dread card. Every hero immediately loses all the hero class ability tokens they currently have. We don't have any. And now we have to do our test here. Okay. She does not get a bleeding token. Forcer does not get a bleeding. Sumo does not get a bleeding. So that worked out really well. Okay, the geisha, she rolled a 1. She's going to get a grit. And she's going to do No sixes, but we are going to spin that grit and re-roll. And she got 1 6, so that's 10 experience. And we put another salt token on there. The enforcer, let's roll for his movement. Ah, he's going to get a grit. Okay. He has 4 strength. No sixes, but we're going to spin the grit. And we got 1. So he's going to gain 10 experience. And he destroys the organ. Okay, so our reward may draw, each hero may draw 3 loot cards and choose 2 of them to keep. Shuffle the loot deck before each hero's draw. Okay, that's fine. Let's do this. Let's draw some loot. Okay, the geisha. We shuffled them up. We get to draw 3 cards. Let's see which 2 we're going to keep. Well, we'll keep, we have the gold nuggets and the darkstone shard. So that's what we have. She's going to gain 40 experience because of this. D6 times 50. So that's $150 and a darkstone shard. Okay. That was not a very good draw, my dear. We need something to replace that Eye of the Phoenix. That was a damn good thing. Okay, I'm shuffling. Okay, the enforcer draws 3 cards, and these weren't that good either. He'll take the coin cash, which give him 50 bucks, 20 experience. And he'll take the D3 Darkstone, which will give him 20 experience. And he's going to gain 2 Darkstone. Alrighty. Come on, Simo, it's up to you, buddy. Alright, he draws 3 cards. Okay, well, this is what he got. He got blood money, artifact, or gear for another world. So we're going to do that first. He's going to gain 20. He's going to draw a gear card. Let's see what he gets. Katagu, plus 3 health. Okay, you know what? He'll take that. He is a tank. However, he's going to give that to our girl here, the geisha, because she actually needs this. So she has that. Then he's going to take blood money, $75. Okay, that could have been better. Alright, now let's roll for some corruption here on our heroes. She passes, so she will not take a corruption for that Darkstone. He doesn't have any Darkstone. We can go ahead and get rid of the bleeding because that will be the end of the adventure. And he has to roll for corruption on his. Alright, and you know what? We're spending a grit. And we got it. So he gets no corruption on his 2 Darkstone. So really, and I'm not really needing to buy anything during town. So all we're really going to have to do is roll to see what travel hazards, if any, we have. And let's go ahead. So she's rolling. No travel hazard on her end. Enforcer, a travel hazard for him. And Sumo, no travel hazard for him. Okay. So let's see what travel hazard we're going to get. Well, that is 16. Smoldering battlefield. You come across a blood-soaked battlefield littered with bodies of the dead. Though most were cut down by the sword, many seem to have been ripped apart by savage creatures. Each hero can decide to pass it out looking too close, or sift through the gore to look for anything useful. If you search the massacre to make a luck 5+ test, if fail, lose 1 sanity permanently. Okay, however, we have some grit. And he has 3 luck. So you know what? I think we might try that. So let's go ahead and see if we can do that. He has 3 luck. And he passed. Okay, so we're gonna roll to see what we get. He rolls a 2, and that is a gear card. So he's gonna draw a gear card. Healing Solve. This card to heal 2d6 wounds. If devils rolled, you may also heal 1 injury or mutation. Okay. Now I could try my luck with him. However, I don't think so because his luck is garbage. But we did it with that. Okay, well, that was a short but sweet adventure. But this group is now 2-0. They succeeded at both of their missions. I don't know what it is either about them. But they did it. Although they don't look like they will be leveling up still. But that is their first Belly of the Beast mission. So next time they will be in the Forest of the Dead. And I'm starting to like this group. This group is starting to get me good. But at least we got to see acid blobs in this adventure. So, well, I hope you join me next week when our third group is going to do their Belly of the Beast adventure. So, until then, have fun.